Okay guys, so we're gonna do the quality assurance and quality control lab. The first one we're gonna do is procedure 1 for room 1, which is your KVP, your half value layer, and your timer accuracy. What we're gonna look at, we're gonna use the Fluke testing tool, and we're gonna set up for the first one. You'll see on the back of the page it has for each group what their KVP is. And I'll assign you guys the numbers after we do the lab. So we're gonna do group 1, that's set up how it was. And it's 100 kVp, 10 mass, a 200 mA station, and a large focal spot. Now let's go ahead and look and see how the Fluke is set up. Okay, Fluke is set up. It should be at 0, going all the way down. We're ready to go. It detected the receptor part of it. Remember, you're collimating all the way in. Make sure you have to kind of go over a little bit farther because you've got to go over the yellow because it has a little bit of a lip to it. 40-inch SID. As we go along, and this is for group number 1 we have on our papers. Here we go. This is for group number 1. So what you're going to be writing down, you look on your summary sheet, record your PPK. That's your KVP average up here, right here, 100.4. Then you're going to record the MR, 101.8. Rads per minute is 122.1 per minute. Your half value layer would require 5.7 millimeters aluminum to have a half value layer. So there we go. And then the milliseconds. Whoa, sorry. Where my milliseconds go? There we go. Up here. So here we go. So we have, where's my milliseconds? Sorry, it's on the machine. See? Anyways, I'll go tell you in just a second. So the milliseconds were 50 because I set that up already. So sorry guys. Now we're gonna move on to group 2. Okay, so as you can see here, we have the milliseconds right here. If we're doing 10 mass, the 200 mA station, all the milliseconds are gonna come up as 50. Okay, and then we're gonna look at it from there. And then our KVP, now the next one we're gonna do is 90 with 10 mass. Okay, so then when I had to scroll down because it was longer than what the actual screen showed, 49.6 milliseconds, we knew we used 50, so we should be in range. Now we're good, let's go to the next one. Okay, this is the start for group 2. We're at 80 kVp, 10 mass, 200 mA station, and 50 milliseconds. Now we're gonna go ahead and go expose. Okay, so for this one, it's 50.5 milliseconds, 4.5 millimeters of aluminum, 72.22 Rankins per minute, 60.85 MR, and then we're gonna scroll over and go back up. There we go. So then we have our PPV at 39.3, and now we're good. Second part of group 2 is at 70 kVp. All the factors remain the same. Make sure we want to do a large focal spot, and we are good. Let's shoot. So here we go. PPV 69.6, 42.64 milliRankins, 50.44 Rankins per minute. 4 millimeters aluminum equivalent. Scroll over 1 and then go down farther, 50.7 milliseconds. All right, on to group 3. Okay, group 3, 60 kVp, again, 10 mass, 200 mA station, 50 milliseconds, large focal spot. Let's shoot it. And here we are, we're gonna go backwards. So 50.4 milliseconds, 3.4 millimeters aluminum equivalent, 33.38 Rankins per minute, 28.07 millirads. Go back over 1 and up. And then we have 59.2 ppv. So this is the last one for group 3, 50 kVp, 10 mass, 200 mA station, 50 ms, large focal spot. Okay, so here we are, 49.4 kV ppv, 16 mR, millirads, 19.43 Rankins per minute, 2.8 millimeters aluminum equivalent, and then we have to scroll over 1 and down, and we're 49.6 milliseconds. Okay, so the next part is procedure 2 in room 1. This is reciprocity. Reciprocity is any combination of MA and time for a specific mass will give you the same density. So we're gonna look at exposure index numbers as we do this. So what we're gonna do is for this one, you're gonna do 170 at 10 mass, 200 mA station, 50 milliseconds, large focal spot, and then you're gonna expose it. We're gonna look at the EXI number. Then we're gonna take a second one, completely change all the numbers, every single one of them, and expose again. And then we're gonna go right back to our very first one of 70 kVp, 10 mass, 200 MA station, and 52nd milliseconds. So let's see how this works. So here's our exam, looks good. Our EXI number is way down at the bottom. It's 1882. So that was our techniques. Now we're gonna change everything completely and make up a whole other exposure, and then we're gonna check it again. Here we go. So as you can see, I've changed everything. I've changed my kVp, I've changed my mass, I've changed my MA station, my milliseconds, still kept large focal spot, right? And we're gonna go ahead and shoot this one and see how this comes out too. Okay, so this is our other one. So now our EXI number is 467. Now we're gonna go back to all the original techniques and see how it looks. Okay, so now I'm back to the original 70 kVp, 10 mass, 200 MA station, and 50 milliseconds large focal spot. Here we go. All right, so here's our knee, and here's the big teller, 1877. Wasn't our first one 1882? And you're good, you're good. All right, guys, remember, any combination of MA and time will gives you the same mass, should give you the same density on your image, and the EXI number, exposure index number, should be very close, at least within 100 of each other. All right, that was an easy one. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, now the third part of ours is gonna be mass linearity. So what it's saying is any adjacent MA station that gives you the same mass should give you the same MR reading. So we're gonna have to go in and use the fluke test again with this one. So we're gonna go in 80 kVp, 10 mass. I'm gonna start with a 100 MA station, 100 milliseconds, and large focal spot, and then I'm gonna go ahead and set up the fluke test. Okay, so now we've set up the fluke. We've got the receptor over here, and we go over here, we have our actual receptor they're gonna bring in there. Make sure you collimate tight enough. And then we're gonna go ahead and push the button. We're looking for our MR exposure rates. All right, here we go. All right, so our MR reading is 60.40 for the 100 MA station. We're gonna go ahead and do whatever one's adjacent to it. So no more here we go. Sorry, I've said that way too many times. That's the phrase of the day. Let's do this. This time we're doing it, same thing, just a 200 MA station instead. MR readout is 60.77. So let's go in to do the next one. This time we're using the 250 MA station. MR readout is 43.16. Next one we're doing is a 320 MA station. Notice that the mass is 10.2. It might reflect a little bit, but that's all we could get to. We can get exact 300. MR is 59.87. Okay, the last one we're gonna use is gonna be a 400 MA station. Our MR readout was 60.01. Okay guys, so that's the end of the lab. You have all your information you need. Yeah, Maddie, get the angle going down. So if this looks thinner, because we've been eating a little bit too much, just saying. Anyways, so for group 1, you guys are gonna do the 100 for this last one, for the linearity. You're gonna do 100 MA station and the 200 MA station. Group 2 will do the 200 and the 250. Group 3 will do the 320 and the 400. So I'll go ahead and get your group names out there. I'll start posting anything about this afternoon. I will talk to you guys all tomorrow to see your shining faces. I miss you guys. Bye.